Hello, my name is Michael Eschner, and I've assembled this video to describe some of the things I've learned about rebreathing over the past few years. I'm an engineer who's been involved in the measurement of carbon dioxide rebreathing in several different contexts, including infant death investigations, consulting for manufacturers who are seeking to develop safer products, and the development of improved methods for making engineering measurements of rebreathing. How do we measure rebreathing? The methodology that I've been using during the past 10 years or so is based on the work done at CPSC in the 1990s. That's the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission. A breathing machine is infiltrated with carbon dioxide at a fixed rate, and a small gas sample is withdrawn and sent to a CO2 analyzer. An infant mannequin or mannequin head form is used as a probe, breathing through the nose. This arrangement produces reasonably reliable measurements that can be used to compare different sleep surfaces. In a couple of minutes, we will look at potential improvements in the methodology and an alternative methodology. The standard method for measuring rebreathing in an infant model requires the use of carbon dioxide gas and the carbon dioxide analyzer. The new method that's being presented here does not use CO2 or an analyzer, making the equipment portable and less expensive. A grate is used to establish a constant thrust between the sample and the probe. Like the method using carbon dioxide, it takes time for a measurement to reach equilibrium and stabilize, because the CO2 or the temperature take time to build, like in a real baby. On a firm crib mattress, there is no position that produces a good seal. The hard nose and firm mattress prevent any resistance to flow or any significant rebreathing, regardless of the head position. Lamb's wool is one of the most hazardous sleep surfaces because it has properties that form a good seal and also stores gas within the material. Both the seal and the storage are factors supporting rebreathing, and lamb's wool has both. Similarly, stuffed animals or other plush toys can be hazardous because they can form a seal and store gas within the material. Selection of the probe shape has a strong influence on the measured results. The baby on the left produces higher rebreathing measurements than the baby on the right. Its hard nose and lip protect the nares better, makes it more difficult to form a seal. This is a photo of the flat probe resting on the sample surface. Sometime in 2019, I began development of a new kind of measurement tool to evaluate rebreathing. Rather than using carbon dioxide as a tracer gas, the new rebreathing analyzer uses warm air and very sensitive temperature measurements. The configuration shown here uses a hemisphere probe on an articulating arm. In this photo, both types of methodologies are used side by side for comparison. In this configuration, the rebreathing analyzer can measure flat surfaces or articulate to go inside a product like a car seat, for example. The differential pressure gauge on the front indicates inhalation resistance. Combining the rebreathing analyzer concept with the flat probe concept, the design was simplified and integrated into a more user-friendly measurement tool. A grate is used to establish a constant thrust between the sample and the probe. Like the method using carbon dioxide, it takes time for a measurement to reach equilibrium and stabilize because the CO2 or the temperature take time to build, like in a real baby. Here we see the instrument being used first with a thin crib liner, and it takes several minutes for the reading to stabilize. And then after it's stabilized, after several minutes, the sample can be changed. So it can accommodate a range of sample sizes and thicknesses and measures two things. The indicator in the center is the pressure difference across the sample, and the indicator on the right is a measure of rebreathing. How do the two measurement methods compare? The correlation is very strong. A flat probe was used for both sets of measurements, using 13 different products. In my opinion, among all the variables that influence the extent of rebreathing, the seal between the baby and material is the dominant factor. Thanks for watching. If you have questions or comments, send me an email. Be happy to correspond with you. Thanks. Bye-bye.